guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you have all had a wonderful day. Today's video is my reading wrap up for January. And yeah, it's just all the books that I read throughout January. So I did plan on reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we didn't quite read all of those 7, so I will get to that. But let's just talk about these 2 for a moment. I'm still going with this series. It's a buddy read I'm doing with the lovely Nikki. So I finished Queen of Shadows literally like 2 days into January, I think, which was so annoying because I really tried to get it read in December and I just couldn't manage it. So yeah, I really enjoyed the ending of this one. I felt like it was quite a slow burn, but then stuff started happening and it was like, oh wow, this is happening. So when I finished it, I picked up this one straight away, which yeah, I haven't finished it yet, so it was ongoing for January, and it's still ongoing for February. So yeah, how many pages in am I? I'm 190 pages in of 680-90 pages. So I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it in February, but I'm going to really try. So yeah, I just wanted to give this one an honorary mention for January's books, because this is one I did plan to read, but we're planning on doing it over 2 months. So that's why I'm talking about it. So there's that one. The next book I read and finished was The Trials of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. It's the first book in the Nevermore series, and I am really enjoying it. I haven't picked up the second one yet, but I really did like the first one, and I thought it was a really nice idea for a story for a middle grade. So I did only give it 3 stars, but that is usually where my middle grade ratings kind of sit. But I did think it was good, so there's that. I want to talk about 2 that I DNF'd now. So the first one is The Sight by David Clement Davies. I read this years ago, and really wanted to reread it, kind of rediscover it and decide whether I still loved it, and I don't. I actually found it really hard to get into this time round. So I even tried downloading the audiobook and I still really couldn't get into it. So I decided that I wasn't going to put myself through a book I really wasn't enjoying and couldn't get my head round when I'm kind of still going through a bit of a slump. I'm not picking up books as often as I would like. So I decided just to DNF this one, pass it on to somebody else, and hope that they enjoy it. So there is that one. And then the next book that I planned to read and DNF'd was Map of Days by Ransom Riggs, and I've actually DNF'd the rest of the series. So basically, I just found it really repetitive. And if you have read any of the books, then you might possibly agree with me. You might not. You might really enjoy the series. But I felt like it was just the same stuff constantly happening over and over again. And yeah, it just got a bit samey. I couldn't get into it, and I decided that I just didn't want to read the final 3 books in the series. So I did DNF the whole series, and I haven't got anything to show you because I did actually already pass it on to a lovely lady on Vinted, and hopefully she really enjoys them. So yeah, there's that. Right, so the next one I read was The Picture House by the Sea by Holly Hepburn. So this one was a bit of a slog, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so basically it's about, where is she? What's her name? What is her name? Gina. So basically Gina lives in London with her boyfriend, and then her granddad has an accident and she goes down to Cornwall. Yep, she goes down to Cornwall to help his ice cream business, and through that she does sort of some events for the picture house, and meets an old friend that, you know, feelings start to occur. Her old boyfriend, or her boyfriend, turns out to be a bit of a bum. He's not a very nice guy. So yeah, there's kind of that going on, and it was a nice story, but I felt like I really struggled to get into it, and by the time I got halfway through, I just wanted to finish it to know if she ended up with the person I wanted her to end up with. So yeah, it wasn't great for me. It's a 3-star. I really enjoyed Holly Hepburn's The Year at the Star and Sixpence. I loved that, but this just fell a bit flat for me, so I don't know if I'll be hanging on to it or not. We shall see. So there's that. Next up, I read Paige Toon's The Longest Holiday. This is about Laura, who finds out that her husband Matthew slept with somebody else and got them pregnant the night before their wedding. And she goes away on a holiday to kind of recoup, kind of get her head around the whole thing, decide what she's going to do, and then she meets Leo and she's not sure what to do. I did enjoy it. It's probably not one of my favourite ones that Paige Toon has written, but I did enjoy the story and I really flew through it. So yeah, that was good. I gave it 4 stars, I believe. So that's that one. And then finally, I caught up and I read The Hollow by Jessica Verde. This was a book that I absolutely adored as a teenager. And I read it and I still enjoyed it. There were parts, being older now, that I kind of looked at it and was a bit like, meh, I'm not kind of sure how I feel about that bit or that bit, and I felt like some of the chapters were quite samey. So yeah, it fell a bit flat, I have to be honest, just because I remember adoring it so much as a teenager, and then coming back to it as an adult, there were parts of it that I found fault in that made me feel a bit sad. So yeah, I did enjoy it, and it will always have a special place in my heart because of how much I loved it as a teenager. I don't know. I'm continuing on with the series though. If you watched my February TBR, you will know that. But yeah, so we shall see. So I gave it 3 stars. Ooh. I think I gave it 3 stars anyway. I haven't got that one written down. It was either a 3 or a 4 star. But yeah. So yeah, that's it. I only read 5 books over January. It was a bit of a slow month. I just find January takes such a long time from beginning to end. But I'm glad that I actually managed to read 5 books, because the last few months of last year, I really struggled to get through sort of 2 or 3. So the fact I managed 5 makes me feel pretty happy. So yeah, that's it from me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little update. If you have any book recommendations, or there's anything you want to mention, then do let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And take care, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!